All right, when you kind of take your team on the road for the better part of 4 or 5 days, really important part of our off-season preparation, training camp prep was these joint practices. So first and foremost, just want to once again thank Kevin, Cleveland Browns. They were awesome hosts all week long. Whatever we needed, it was really, really good practice work. He's got a heck of a coaching staff and a really good football team. But really wanted to see our guys having a little bit of a look into what they were going to play. A lot of repeat matchups from some of those practice reps. Really challenged our guys to play one snap at a time and try to win those reps. See how many one-on-one reps we can win, how many collective group efforts of 11 guys doing their job. So that's what I was most proud of. Proud of our coaching staff for getting a lot of players ready to play on some limited reps. Some guys, that just arrived recently, and to see guys go out there and function and do some good things. I thought there were some really nice performances. Lewis Seen, 10 tackles, 1 sack, and an interception. Great to see him really look comfortable out there and make some plays on the football. I felt his physicality, and I know the guys on the sideline were fired up to see Lou do his thing. I thought Nick Mullins and that first group that we had out there offensively today to start out the game, go down there and get a couple explosives, and Tristan showing up again, Speedy showing up, as well as just we wanted to run the ball as much as possible, see a lot of different guys. I thought whether it was Kene or Miles and Debo, I thought all of our backs ran well against a tough scheme to run the ball, penetrating front. So I was happy with the way we were able to churn out some yards on the ground and just across the board. Excited to continue the process now, heading back to Egan. Excited to get home and get back to work.
Kevin, I know that Nick almost had that one interception, the corners diving on that
yeah.
play. It seemed like there were 2 plays in particular where he was under pressure and he seemed to throw it in the dirt. I mean, is that something?
Yeah, even the play you're speaking of. I thought he could have got rid of that football too. Nick's a really important player to us, especially now, having lost JJ and knowing that Nick is here for a reason. It's great that we have the trust in him to know our system, and it's great the preparation that he is and the value in the QB room. But Nick knows we also value his ability to step in and move the team, which is what he's really always done. But I would have I loved seeing some of those throwaways, know when the down's over, know when we can live to fight the next down. That coming off of last year, I thought, that was a big kind of moving forward, get better point for Nick is just you do a lot of really good things. We just got to make sure we possess the football as much as possible at the end of the snaps that we do have, that especially the ones that maybe don't go our way. It's a great question mark because that's for Nick at this point in his career, that's what I'm looking for to go along with the expectation that he's going to run the show and be a field general out there for us like he always is. So I was happy with Nick's performance on the day. Really a lot of different guys mixed into that huddle that maybe don't get a lot of reps a lot of times. We had a lot of guys down today. So really good to see Nick go do that.
Ed Ingram starting, is that
Yep.
more because of your fit at the position, or you still need to see Ed Ingram?
I just think these reps are so vital, and like I tell you guys all the time, we've got an individual plan for every player on our team, what we think based upon reps, what we think based upon getting them game ready. So I wanted to see Ed go out there. I thought he did some really good things in the run game. Pass pro for the most part was pretty good. We got beat on 1 TE, kind of stunt there on a 3rd down, but those are great reps for Ed to go out there. He was a captain today, and liked Ed being ready to go today, even coming off of quite a few reps in the joint practice setting.
So would you have done it if Dalton was healthy? Or
would have loved to see Dalton get some snaps today, and yes, I would have had Ed play regardless.
You mentioned repeat McGlothern, he had a pick Thursday.
Yep.
Another one today.
Yeah, no, I would have absolutely mentioned him if he didn't get hawked down there on the return. But no, I mean, that's no surprise to any of us. I mean, you saw the reaction from his teammates. Dwight's been basically, every other day or so, you feel like he's making a play, significant play like that. Just a really good example of the group of defense in there. They'd put together a little drive and, make them snap it one more time down in the red zone, and tips and overthrows and the ability to really flip the entire field 2 plays later. Jaron's throwing a touchdown to Malik Knowles, who was great to have out there as well.
So Wes called the offense, and Durante and Mike shared the defense.
Yep.
How'd they do?
I thought they did great. I mean, Wes had a great flow, really did a great job preparing the guys that were going to play, clear plan, got, very, very, unfortunately, I think a lot of our penalties came in the special teams phase today, but it felt clean, the operation. Wes called a great game, really mixed it well, some good third down calls, and put points on the board. So really want to compliment Wes. And then I thought Durante and Saravo were, it's always interesting when you're going to have two separate guys call plays with, what their one style is going to be versus the other. But I thought they played off of each other well. And like I said, just challenged the defense at halftime to not give up another point, and they didn't. The offense ended up giving up 2 there at the end.
It wasn't entirely open. I mean, Samoa, that's a play that inside pressure with that.
For sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think you could go through the list of guys. I mean, Gant had 9 tackles. BA had a really good play there. It looked pretty darn close to a safety on that one sack that he had. And then we, finish it with another interception there late. So, they're not going to get a lot of credit statistically, but I also thought our D-line, I mentioned the O-line, I thought our D-line, there was knockback, there was a lot of physicality up there, a lot of different young guys that we're really excited about, in a really competitive situation in that room.
I think it was Carter kind of creating a little bit of traffic for PA on that sack. I think he had the hit on the pass it move tip too.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Andre continues to get better. He's a guy that you felt him off the edge quite a bit. I'm sure you guys did as well. That outside, I think Coach Pettin's doing a really good job with that outside backer group as a whole. And I think, guys like Grenard and Van Ginkel, Hottie played, got off to a good start today alongside with DT. When I look at that group, I mean, I'd like to see a deeper room in football as far as the edge, outside backer position goes. But I think Pet's doing a great job. I love the scheme with the way Flo's mixing looks and allowing those guys to do some different jobs. But we're going forward a lot at that position, and those guys are impacting the game.
Thoughts on Jared, and does he start next week and for Matt Kirk? Or Matt, how he played?
I've been that guy before. So I wanted to make sure we got Matt out there. Unfortunately, kind of a little mix-up there on that last keeper on a 3rd and long. Those things are going to happen. We'll get Matt ready to go. And Jaron, I thought, was really good for the most part. Rhythm, timing, ball coming out, accurate, and then that throw to Jay Sean. That's a ball on a keeper that, once or twice a season that ball might get thrown there. So Jaron to have the awareness, eyes up, attacking with the ball up, showing his athletic ability, and then throwing a dime right over the top there, it was really cool.
How does he start next week?
We'll work through it, but yeah, whether we end up, having Nick take some snaps or not next week, but I'd love to see, I'd love to have extended opportunities for a lot of these guys to continue to build on the performances they've had. But we'll keep you guys posted about the plan kind of for next week when it gets a little closer.
Kevin, as tough as that news was on JJ, as unsettling as that can be for a team, can it also have kind of a galvanizing effect within the room and across the team? Yeah,
I think guys are pretty confident in Sam Darnold. I do, and when Nick Mullins got his opportunities last year, we were very explosive as an offense. So his ability to run the show and really, highlight a lot of different aspects of our offense with his understanding is something. That's why Nick's here. He's a guy we really respect and respect his prep and his experience. But I think, nobody's more bummed out about JJ's situation than JJ himself, just because he loves being with his teammates. And we're going to get him back with the group as fast as possible. Great to get home and see him post-op. I'm sure he'll be at the facility day and night already, in meetings and everything. We're going to really try to craft a plan for JJ that allows him to not miss a beat from a mental preparation and a standpoint of going through game plans throughout the season and really starting to envision what that looks like for him as he kind of watches Sam go about it in year 1 of the system as well.
Did you come out of the game healthy?
We did. Yeah, we did. There was really nothing to make note of. We had a couple guys that maybe would have played if it was the regular season, but just through the physicality of the joint practices, which I did like, we decided to hold those guys out. And just be smart. I mean, between guys that were a little nicked up and then I think 21 or so healthy guys we did sit, that speaks to the depth. And Kwesi and I, we wanted to win some preseason football games this year, and I think the depth that Kwesi's put together on this roster, the fact that we're 2-0 and have seen a lot of guys play, in some cases against, maybe higher levels of the depth chart on some other teams, it's been really cool to see those guys go out there and compete.